and then you start going a little bit colder because you can't continue to shoot the ball like that, ready to be able to make adjustments and then trying to move it through some hands. But I have no worry in the world, mate, when you're shooting 9 from 10. Is that what we are? No, 10 for 12.
Yeah. Either way, it's good.
It's good. It's all good.
New Zealand get first possession. Leon Henry from the corner. He was never going to miss that. He had those feet set. Perfect rhythm.
Great pass by Abercrombie too. Driving baseline. Making sure he had a guy in the corner.
New Zealand, first score of the third quarter. De Leon gets the look. That's off the mark. Hudson banging down low. Pledger was playing with his hands up. Abercrombie trying to get through a small gap and goes off his knee. De Leon bucks him on in. Little token three-quarter court pressure, no problem for the Blaze, but it does slow them down. Worthington, Hudson on the tip.
He is relentless for the offensive rebounds.
He sure is. You know, we're talking about Stephen Hoare being a, great role player and embracing the Melbourne Tigers stuff as Abercrombie goes to the basket. Tough shot off the back.
Is there any contact there?
A lot of contact. But once a player, I think, feels appreciated for playing their role, De Leon gets it back out to Worthington. De Leon just tricking with the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to New Zealand.
Well, I think internally, Steve, those players get great recognition.
Yeah.
And everyone says, oh, they're underrated and all the rest of it. But probably only underrated to people outside the initial group, because when you've got a set of values and accountability and everything else of what you're trying to get done, everyone sees that those guys are doing it within the group. And it's appreciated.
Yeah. And, I think what I'm trying to get at is, it's like being a role player is just like anything else. Like, if your teammates expect you to be a good shooter and they appreciate the fact that you can knock down the shot, and you play with that type of confidence, and a role player knows he's appreciated and is looking for ways to continue getting better at their craft.
No doubt, and that's what makes a great team, when people are really happy to be able to do those things to make the team successful and each other successful.
Will Hudson playing the D, gets the pass, and the touch of Will Hudson. I love it when a guy does it quick, because sometimes when they come down with it, they travel or they don't make that shot. Good heads-up play. McConaughey, a terrible pass. Worthington to Golding, and he lays it up and in. Blaze jumped out of the blocks, 61 points. As Adam Gibson looks on and thinks, it's a lot more fun to have a rest when your team is hooping. Leon Henry. Wow, what a pass by Mika Vakona. Faked it around the back pass.
He picked a good time to do it after he just got a little bit funky with his last pass and threw it straight into Hudson's hand. That one came off and looked good.
He made up for that terrible pass that he attempted on the lob. Dishes that one to Abercrombie. Got it on the block with a very strong Petrie on his back. Abercrombie that one looked like it just slid out of the right side of his hand.
Well, he looked like he didn't want to shoot it, and now I know why.
De Leon got the mismatch. That one's on Josh Buxton, just hanging on a little too long. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Gold Coast Blaze, who've missed a three-point shot, so that takes them down to 10 for 13 from outside the three-point line. We'll be back.
Me again, with big news from Vodafone. For the last year, we've been rolling out a new network across Australia, and there's still more to come. We want you to be happy on our new network, so we're giving you a guarantee. For example, grab this Samsung Galaxy S2 for just $5 per month on our $29 plan. And if you're not happy within 30 days, just pay for what you've used and bring it back. Ask in store today about the new Vodafone network guarantee. Power to you. Vodafone.
Welcome back, Shane. Let's start talking some awards. The NBL's MVP awards presentation night, along with the WNBL, of course. And let's talk about the NBL awards of most valuable player. Let's start there.
Well, I might sound a little biased, but you'd have to think that Julian Kazoo is up there. I'm not sure that he will win it. Thought, after he came back from his stint in the NBA, probably had a bit of a down period. I think that Wilson is probably the one that's going to get that. I think he's it doesn't always go to the best player, but he has certainly been the most valuable player for his team, in my opinion.
Yeah, he sure has. Without him, nothing. Everyone in Cannes is always on my case about me getting on them, but I'm with you on that one. I think that he is the most valuable player of the league, and he has gotten them to a position where they wouldn't even be close to if he didn't perform the way that he did this season. Outstanding year.
Without doubt. Rookie of the year.
Anatoly Bose.
Yes.
You're not going to argue with me on that one, huh?
No, he's had an outstanding year.
Okay, here's another no-brainer. Most improved player.
I would have said Jacob Holmes on the numbers.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer as well.
Best sixth man.
Best sixth man.
Who are the finalists?
Best sixth man.
Oh, you're no help to me.
I know, I'm trying. I had my notes last night on this subject here. and we didn't get to the best sixth man. Worthington.
I say Wagstaff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Another no-brainer, I think.
Mate, I listen to you and Drewy. You just banter and argue with each other. You sound like me and my wife. And then you just want to agree with me. Can you give me something?
Well, I think mostly because if you say something and I say something, you think, oh, you got a good point. But Andrew never says that,
doesn't he?
Never. He's never, ever wrong.
So he's the one.
Yes, I was about to see he's like a woman. Wow. Okay, there go half our viewers.
Yeah, see, at least I was only talking about, my lady.
I just went.
You just went to the whole community.
I went the whole nation, the whole world on that. And De Leon gets the score. And Dries De Leon takes his tally to 12. That's 3 players in double figures already midway through the third quarter. T's getting extra minutes with Adam Gibson having a little rest tonight. Well, he's come along as well, Brendan T.
He has. Are the Gold Coast any chance to be able to win this title?
Yeah, we asked Mark Worthington that.
But he's going to say what he has to say, mate. I'm asking you, are they any chance to be able to win the title?
Well, there's some chance. I wouldn't put any money on it.
There you go.
And in a 3-game, they're capable of beating anybody. But in a 3-game series against New Zealand or Perth, I don't think so.
They're all capable of beating anyone. Yeah. But I'm saying, are they going to?
No.
Because they would have to get through Perth and then New Zealand on the road to be able to win a championship.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
That's right. And and the 2 teams that win big games on the road are Perth and New Zealand.
Yep.
And they have the home court advantage. So I think either one of those teams, I'd have to say New Zealand are clearly my favorites. But Perth at home, they get,
See, I'm not discounting Perth yet. I mean, New Zealand certainly are the favourites. But Perth have got they've got the depth and they've got the horses to be able to win on the road. You know, people forget they were expected to beat New Zealand last year. They beat New Zealand over there and only choked when they came back home.
Yeah, that's right.
You say choke, but I mean they probably did. But New Zealand made big shots to be able to win that game in Perth. That was a great series.
That was a great series. I'm agreeing with you again. But I'm not discounting Perth, you know.
No way.
I love the way they play. I mean, with their defense, they just turn the screws and they can keep themselves in any ball game. And their mindset, you know, watch them against the Tigers on Friday. Yeah, I have to keep checking Drew Williamson's three-point shooting statistic because I tell you, he does not hesitate. Wagstaff on that pick and pop, he does not hesitate.
None of them do.
No.
Drew Williamson shoots it like he was Golding in the first quarter. I'm not sure what his percentages are, but I don't think they're that pretty.
29%.
Yeah, that's not pretty.
But he squared his shoulders up in a big part of the first half last night and drilled it. I mean, like he was shooting 42% from the three-point line. Henry with the board. He's fouled.
Well, it's going to be a good final series. I can't wait.
You know, we haven't mentioned anything about Townsville, and you know, you asked me about the Gold Coast, but you know, Townsville has the factor of Luke Schencher.
Townsville can't win, Steve.
Yeah, you know, I just felt like I had to mention them. They're in it as well.
I think Townsville's done a great job to be able to make the top four.
Yeah.
I think they've been well coached. I think they're a good team.
You know, and let's not forget the fact that Luke Schencher was out for most of the first part of the season, and Paul Wolford did a great job of getting them to cover for him while he was out. Petrie, medium range jump shot is good. Already spoke about Coach of the Year, haven't we? Abercrombie, quick step going left. He's fouled. He just jumped, floated in the air, just jumps and then waits to see what everybody else is, waits for them to land, and then makes his decision. Actually, he elevates here. Oh, man, I'll go to this side. He had a good...
I had to make my mind up quick.
There's something about a quick release, isn't it? Out of necessity. You ever daydream about what it would be like to have athleticism like that?
No.
Never?
No.
Never? You're kidding. What it would be like to jump like that, grab the ball over the rim.
It's like I went through a real, short period of trying to get to the stage to be able to dunk. And I learned quick, unless it's going to make a difference in a game, you've got to practice something that is going to make a difference in a game.
Yeah, that's true. That's what these young kids should be thinking now as they practice. Brewster is short for his three. Tees runs down the rebound. Kadid, Ahor, his little left-hander is forced to miss illegally. That was the same. I mean, Shane, I could dunk, but you know, I usually had to guard the best player, and man, it takes energy out unless you can jump easy like that. It takes a lot of energy out of you to get above the rim and do all that. And
Does it?
yeah. Like you said, it was a long time ago.
You've got a good memory there, Steve.
Yeah, like an elephant.
And I'm saying, unless you dunk like Jure Grant or Abercrombie.
It doesn't even matter. Yeah. I mean, you know, like a squeak. But you're right, though. You're dead right. Unless you can do something spectacular, might as well just lay it up. Brewster with the handle, getting very close to the half-court line. Morgan knocks that one down. Drills that. And he's getting an opportunity to show his wares as well. Worthington is fouled. Well sent. Wortho to the line will have another look. Brewster is trying to establish some position. Negative.
He's like, well, what else can I do? Wortho is one of the best at being able to draw fouls like that. And New Zealand play so hard, they're vulnerable to give up a lot of free throws to someone like Mark Worthington.
Yeah, Wortho is great. He's leaning in. And there's another one of those things. Remember, I was telling you about the Damon Lowry story. We used to watch Derek Rucker on TV and think, it's not that. I think I can stop that. It looks easy on TV. And then when he played against him, he was like, he was hopping and hesitating and shucking. And you know, before I knew it, he had 30. The same thing with Worthington, you know, like, you think, man, I wouldn't fall for that. You know, I wouldn't put my hands in and grab him.
Have Derek come second half.
Abercrombie, little step back jump shot short. Bacona keeps it alive. Worthington keeps it alive. Pledger reels it in. Buxton. Bacona. Morgan gets it out to Buxton. That's good. Nice little pass from Morgan Natanahira. You're going to be calling him Morgan a lot from here on out. Natanahira.
The New Zealand boys getting into it on the bench.
Yeah.
Helping Vaughn Mabry with a few calls.
Buxton skips it to Bacona for three.
That's why he doesn't shoot too many threes.
Yeah, that thing didn't look like it ever got 10 feet off the ground.
That was a knuckleball.
You know, for a guy that knocked down a lot of threes, Matt Campbell would shoot a lot of balls with no rotation on it. Be fluttering in the air. Buxton just slides that pivot foot as he tried to get one off just before the clock expired.
It's nice to see Matty Campbell finish with a win in the gong today. Didn't need to get two in a row.
Worthington can't get his runner to go after 3/4 of play. It's the Blaze still on top with a commanding 70-56 lead. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.